What's up, guys? Intellitech Studios here, and as of the time that I'm recording this, it's Christmas, which is awesome. So, this I just picked up at a Goodwill in Springfield, and this is the Bissell PowerClean OnePass, although it looks very similar to the CleanView OnePass, which I own. I actually bought it brand new. This one looks nearly identical, except it's white instead, and it's white and like a tealish instead of black and purple. And this one has a cord rewind. Other than that, it seems pretty similar, and the cord actually seems to be in reasonably good shape. I know the lighting in this room's not the best, but it seems to be in okay shape. And see if there's any splits. So far, so good. Of course, there's probably some dust inside the mechanism, as there so typically is with these. Yeah, a little bit of dust, but so far no splits, so that's good. Because, of course, with the rewind, it's a bit more tricky to actually catch that. But, of course, you can't even see that because it's black on black, but so far, so good. There's the yellow tab to not pull it out too much further, and there's the red tab that shows the end of it. So, yeah, it seems to be okay. And the rewind appears to be pretty good as well, other than it getting, kind of stuck. Now, it does appear to be missing the extension wand and crevice tool and the dusting brush, but it actually does have the turbo brush, which is good, because if it was going to only have one attachment, I'm glad it's this one. This was back when Bissell actually made really good turbo brushes. So, it looks like they only used it maybe once. There's a little bit of dust in there. Tiny little bit, but they probably only used it once or twice. Seems to be in great shape. Seems to spin okay enough. We'll check that later. But I'm glad it has that, because I believe I have a dusting brush, and I probably have a wand. So, a wand, and definitely have a crevice tool that'll fit it at least. So, I have a full set of attachments for this. Of course, we don't know yet if it runs, but, I mean, for $5, can I really complain for $5? I mean, heck, the turbo brush alone is worth that, even if this machine is somehow totaled. We know there's a good cord on it. But we'll check this out. Of course, this will be in a vacuum save like they always are, but it's nice once in a while just to do a video on a machine the second I get it. So, that's what the bottom looks like. Of course, it's white, so you can see all the dirt and everything in there, all that kind of shows. Definitely needs a bit of a bath. But the screws appear to be in good shape, reasonably. Yeah, looks like they're in good shape. Of course, the plastic's kind of chewed up here. You can tell they rammed it into some furniture. There's a bunch of kind of sharp points here. Definitely needs a belt, because that belt feels like it's slipping. But the brush roll's in good shape. The bearings are good. So, hey, that's good. Again, this all needs a wash, but nothing too crazy. Now, I don't know yet how it sounds, but it's got height adjustment, which that moves smoothly. Okay. What about the screws in there? I can't really tell. Yeah, actually, those aren't rusty on that side. And on this side, those aren't rusty either. So yeah, should be easy enough to strip this thing apart and wash it all. Check this filter. Oh yeah, that definitely, there is pet hair that's been going through that. Ooh, yeah. So, who knows how good the motor sounds. But that definitely needs a filter. I'll try to clean that a little bit. Actually, yeah, I forgot that does pop out. I'll try to clean this a little bit, just so that way some dirt doesn't fall out into the motor. Oh, look at all that dust and dirt coming off on that filter. Look at that. Yeah. Might try. This filter I don't think is washable. I think you have to replace this, but you can still get filters for these pretty cheap. And I think if I check, that's a lot of dirt there. That's be expected, I'm sure. Let's check the washable filter. Yep, that's about what I expected. So, I think I found out why it's been donated. Yeah, when the dust on the filter has stretch marks, you know that it's old. Seeing all that is just super gross. So I have a feeling this thing is going to be clogged. But before I waste time on this, we will put this back together. Although I'm gonna clean this off real quick just so it doesn't blow any dirt. I mean, then again, I mean, it's probably blown a bunch of dirt in the motor at this point already. I'll just try to get a little bit of that dust out of there. Just there's nothing loose that falls back into the motor. It does look better, at least. That's a big clump that came off of that. And of course that needs washed. Let's see if I already forgot how this goes in here. I think it goes like that. Pretty sure. Yeah, because it exhausts out this way. So that's the underside that's dirty. But yeah, power switch appears to be in good shape. So let's plug this in and see if the motor's blowing on this. Hopefully it's not, because if it's not, then that's a great little find. Just a new filters, new belt, and a little bit of clean, and then yeah, perfectly good machine potentially. Keyword potentially, because we don't know yet. But we'll turn this on now. Well, it doesn't sound like the motor's off balance. It just sounds like it's choking. What if I take off the bin? Hey! That sounds really good, actually. Yeah, there we go. So it actually sounds fine, pretty much. I mean, with how much dirt has obviously gone through it, I can't really give it too much grief. So I think we're going to grab Mr. Henry, who is off camera. I can tell it's belching dust, but grab Mr. Henry, who won't be on the channel for too much longer, but for now is. And I'll try to just clean this up a little bit and see what we can figure out. So the filter is still stained, and you can even see how clogged it was because it was trying to suck the entire filter through the top mesh in the machine. So now once we get, there is obviously some dust that's stuck in this, and you can tell when I try to get the dust off, the filter started to peel. So probably should just replace this. I'll probably try to wash this off camera, but I bet it will probably fall apart. So I'm probably going to have to actually replace this. But in the meantime, see, I do want to get some of this dust out from inside here, but it might be fine for now. Just temporarily to put this back in. But yeah. So we've got that back in now, after that's been cleaned. And now we'll try this again. So now that the airflow is not blocked, I can tell there is still a little bit of noise coming from the motor. I'm not sure if that's bearings or if that's actual dirt in the impeller, but that's usually how it goes. You know, they'll run this thing with a clogged filter for literally a decade until it just plugs up the whole thing, and they'll just run it for several more years knowing that it's not doing really much of anything, but you know, just trying to, either because they don't notice because they're not paying attention to how well their vacuum actually works, or because, and that's probably what it is, and then eventually just donate or throw away the product. So because even that belt, I mean, yeah, it definitely needs replaced. It's slipping, but it's not burnt through, obviously. And even though the motor doesn't sound the best, it did manage to get some stuff. So clearly it is working now. If you didn't care how dirty it was or how it sounded, and you just wanted it to work, I mean, you know, throw a belt on it, and this could probably run for another 10 years, even if it sounds funky. But obviously I'm going to try to pull it apart and, you know, clean out the motor and everything, and that should do the trick, hopefully. But nevertheless, even if the motor isn't perfect, it was still worth saving for $5. I mean, you know, worst case scenario, this is something I could always donate myself, but then this time have it actually be, you know, something functional. And but yeah, because that's the thing. This is I have the CleanView branded version of this without the cord rewind. It's one of my favorite machines. So okay, so this one is exactly 10 years old. So this one's model 35831, not -1, just 1, and it is a 12 amp motor. It's one of the last ones with the 12 amp motor. And this one was manufactured January 15th of 2014. So this thing is, you know, next month is going to be 11 years old. And it is still running. Does it sound not great? Sure. But I do wonder if I take this filter out, which of course it's not going to sit in there properly, but if I wonder if it sounds funky because the HEPA filter's blocked. Probably going to spit some dust out, but we'll see if this runs better. Whoa! That is a lot of dust. That was a terrible idea. Probably should have did that outside. Well, dang. Who needs an air filter when you've got a Henry? Alright, maybe now. Hopefully this time won't be as dusty. Sounds a lot better, actually. I don't even think I'll need to open this up to the motor. So I'm just vacuuming out the motor and letting it blow itself out a little bit. Seems to have done the trick. But, yeah. And thankfully I don't sleep in this room, so it's not my problem. But, yeah. So, that's pretty much that. Now it runs great. It just needs, obviously, these two filters, given that they're a decade old, are beyond washing at this point. So I don't even know if I'm gonna bother. Well, I'll try to wash them. It can't hurt to do it, but I'll probably go ahead and order a set of filters anyways for it. It's just that one and that one, so definitely that needs replaced. That's definitely not washable. I don't care what the manufacturer says. That's definitely not washable. That one might be, but it also is probably too far gone. It might fall apart. But yeah, new filters and a belt, and that's really all this needs. And then just kind of a wipe down, really. And then, of course, it doesn't have the extension wand and crevice tool or the dusting brush, but it's got the turbo brush, which I guess we don't yet know if that works. So I guess we'll sort of try that real quick and see. Whoa! Yeah, so this thing works good. For $5, I'm definitely not going to complain. I mean, it works great. Just needed a good amount of a clean. But other than that, it's pretty good. So, with that said, this was Intellitech Studios signing out with a quick video. But yeah, runs great. So I just got to order some filters for it, put a belt on it, and find some attachments. And it should be good. So anyways, Merry Christmas to y'all, even though this might not go up till tomorrow, who knows. But either way, whenever you see it, Merry Christmas, whether it's on time or late. And in the meantime, that's a new Bissell. So I know someone asked in one of the comments to see this because in the background of another video, but it's the PowerClean OnePass. Basically just the CleanView 9595 that I have, but with a cord rewind in a slightly different color. So that's basically that. Anyways, see ya. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. And that's pretty much it. Peace.